welcome back to my channel. We have to talk about Betsy DeVos for several reasons. Oh, I don't like Betsy DeVos. I've never liked Betsy DeVos, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, and really I don't care. She doesn't deserve getting her name pronounced correctly. Betsy DeVos is gross on so many levels. When she first got put into her cabinet position, which is Secretary of Education, she made a statement that made me absolutely furious. She wanted to turn our schools into a place that teaches an army for God. And she's not talking about like gods in general. She's not talking about teaching everyone everything. She's very, 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 very clear, and I'll give you 2 instances this week alone that prove this, that she wants to force Christianity and back into the public schools. So it is no longer freedom, separation of church and state. It is now, Christianity being pushed down on kids. And I don't know about you, but I don't want my kids' religion forced on them. I don't want them to go to school and be taught a religion, any particular religion that is put on. I mean, if you want to teach a wide variety of religion and like a mythology kind of studies thing, I'm cool with that. But if you're just strictly teaching Christianity and putting it above and making it better than every other religion, you and I got a problem. And me and Betsy DeVos got a problem. My other issue with her is the fact that she is profiting from her position. You have to understand that she's rolled back a lot of regulations that protect students from for-profit schools. And she happens to be invested, her and her brother happen to be invested in a lot of for-profit schools that do not give you an education. They just wound up a bunch of debt that you most people end up dropping off, and they take advantage of the most desperate in our society, single moms, low-income people. They take advantage of, and these aren't the most desperate they can choose. And my husband actually used his for-profit school for a good education, but they use the military. They use it's just so bad, and they rack up debt, or they take your GI Bill, and they promise you that you'll get a job. What they're not telling you is it'll be a job at IHOP. Like, yeah, you may get a job, but the job they found you is a job at IHOP. Well, my husband, who is a equipment tech, he works on industrial equipment. They tried to find him a job at freaking IHOP. Now, he found his own job through a recruiter that pays a lot better than IHOP would. He found and did his own thing, and we are fine. But the fact that these for-profit schools do this, and especially when they're preying on low-income people that are most likely to drop out, or single moms that are most likely to drop out, is absolutely disgusting. The fact that she's trying to roll back regulations to protect people from this is absolutely horrifically disgusting. She's disgusting. She's a bad person, and she's just a long line of Trump people that are just yeah, we're gonna talk about the other one. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about transportation in a minute. Okay, so the things that she's done this week that prove that she is awful and prove basically what I just said on the whole religious front are 2 things. One, she sent a letter out to 2 colleges, one of them being Duke University, that their language program, they were going to take the Middle Eastern language program, they were going to take funding from it because it's not teaching language, which it is teaching language, but it's also teaching culture. And what's one of the biggest cultures in the Middle East? Wait for it. Think. Islam. It's Islamic. It's an Islamic culture. And I want to be very, 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 very clear. I do not support the extremes of Islam, but I know people that follow Islam the same as people that follow Christianity. They are good people. They are genuinely good people. They know that I'm an atheist, and they don't care. They are good people. They are just flat out, all around, good people who don't deserve to be discriminated against. So stop it. But she says that it's too pro-Islam. It's too pro-Islam. It doesn't force Christianity enough. Christianity really isn't a Middle Eastern thing anymore. Judaism started in the Middle East, but Christianity is more of like a European white people thing. Just putting that out there. If you look at it realistically, it's more dominated. If you look at the Middle East, it's mostly countries that are Islamic. It is not, it is by far not a Christian thing, so that would make no sense to teach it and to pull funding because they are being pro-Islam and they are teaching Islamic culture. It's absolutely ridiculous when you are teaching language and culture from the Middle East. Then the other thing she did was she decided to use this back to school season to promote a Catholic school that won't allow transgender students. Now, if it is a private school being privately funded and is disgusting and they discriminate against transgender students, they're a private business. I would never take my kids there. I would never support it. I would be all for boycotting it and watching it go under. But she wants to put public funds into this, and she has no right whatsoever to put public funds and draw public attention to a school that discriminates against a subsection of people. She, as part of the government, has zero, and I do mean zero, right to tell other people what they can and cannot do with their body. They're not hurting you. They're not hurting anyone. They're just trying to live their lives. Get off your freaking high horse and stop promoting this stuff. Freedom from religion. Freedom from religion. It's as much freedom of religion as it is freedom from religion. Christianity is not the only religion in this country. She needs to get over herself and stop pushing it on people. She needs to stop doing the for-profit college rollbacks. She needs to stop rolling back protections for sexual assault. I mean, just all around a bad person. But that is my rant on Betsy DeVos. Let's move on to the next subject, and I will see you later.